Okay, good morning everybody. How are you today? Okay, alhamdulillah we all in fine. And before we start the class, let's pray first. And please for the captain class to lead us to pray. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay everybody, do you know about the topic today? What is that? Okay, that's right. It's circulatory system. Okay, now I will give you Google Form. We will have a test. It's pre-test, but you don't have to worry about it because it's not to your final score. But I just wanna know, but how far you understand about circulatory system. So uh, please do it honestly. Okay? Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. It just I want know about your prepare in this chapter. Okay? Okay. Please prepare your internet connection. I will send the link to WhatsApp group, and you have maybe 10 minutes to do it, and you can start it now. Fighting. Okay, thank you for your participation. Time is up. Okay, thank you for your participation. And in this chapter, you should complete the basic competence is analyze correlation between circulatory system tissue with bioprocess and dysfunction in circulatory system. And I want to ask you something. Have you ever touched the neck or touch your neck or the part near the elbow in here? Okay. Uh, what do you feel? Okay, Lala. That's, okay. There is a pulse like a heartbeat. How can? Is it only the heart that beats? It's not it. But do our neck and elbow have a pulse too? Uh, why? And how it can happen? Okay, we will know about it after we learn it today. Okay, now I will show you about a video, so please watch it carefully.
Welcome to the circulatory system. This is the heart, the driving force between the whole system. The circulatory system brings blood to all the parts of your body. You should exercise and eat healthy foods to take care of your circulatory system. The heart is a muscle. Every beat pushes blood through your entire body. Close your fist. That's how big your heart is. It's a little to the left in the middle of your chest. Now that you've learned all about the heart, let's see what your blood does.
their main energy supply. These are white blood cells, and they're in charge of fighting off foreign substances. These are platelets. Their job is to fix veins and arteries when you cut yourself. They keep the blood inside where it belongs. Together we make up blood, the red fluid that comes out of you when you cut yourself. Our journey starts and ends in the heart. Blood is delivered to the entire body through blood vessels, tubes to transport it. Arteries are the vessels that bring us from your heart to your organs and your cells. Capillaries are small vessels where oxygen and food are exchanged. Veins are the vessels that bring us back to your heart from your organs. That's how cells and organs get the food and oxygen they need to survive. Then blood, specifically us, the red blood cells, take all the waste left by the cells and the carbon dioxide. Here we are at the heart. This is where our trip ends. Before we start a new trip, let's get loaded up with oxygen and nutrients. Thanks for helping us out. See you soon.
If you want to learn more, click on more videos and subscribe to the Smile and Learn channel, and you'll stay up to date with new adventures.
Okay, enough. Okay, enough. And from the video, what do you get? What do you get? Please raise your hand. Okay, Caca. Okay, that's right. The video is about blood circulation mechanism. Who else? Yes, Reza. About the blood that can deliver to whole body. Okay. How can? It pumped by her. That's right. Good job, Reza. Thank you. And here I have some question for you. What components that compose circulatory system? How does blood flow throughout the body? And what is the function of each organ of the circulatory system? And what are the types of blood vessels? What is the structure of blood vessels? What is the structure of the heart? What are the functions of each of this structure? And how can blood return to the heart? And to answer it, you should finish the student worksheet. So I will divide you into small groups. Groups consists of 3 to 4 people. I will send link in WhatsApp group. You can do the worksheet on Google Docs directly, and I give you some module and article inside it, so maybe it can help you to do the worksheet. And after you finish the worksheet, you can present it. Okay? And okay, don't forget, I will ask you randomly. Okay, by the way, can you access the worksheet? All of you? Okay, fine. Okay, that's right. Okay, thank you, thank you. You must finish the worksheet in about 20 minutes. Okay, happy working. Okay, guys, you have 5 minutes minutes left to finish your work. I hope you can do it well. Okay, fighting. I know you can finish it. Okay, guys, time's up. Stop working. Okay, stop working. And now I will choose you randomly. Jeng jeng jeng. Okay. First, I will choose who else? Ita. Please answer to number one. It's about component of circulatory system. Okay, that's right, Ita. So, our circulatory system consists of three important components. It hearts, vessels, and blood. Heart act to pump blood throughout the body, and it covered by what? Okay, that's right. By pericardium membrane. Where is heart? Okay, nice. It located in chest cavity between the lungs and above diaphragm with a left leaning position. So the conclusion our of location of our heart is in the side in the left side of our body, actually in chest cavity, in left of chest in us. Okay, and second component is vessels. It's a canal that carries blood from heart to whole body and return to heart. Vessels divide into three main vessels: artery, vein, and capillary. That we will talk it in next question maybe. Third component is blood. It's a it is a connective tissue that specializes as a place for blood cells with a liquid matrix. In the liquid matrix is blood plasma. So our blood have a liquid shape. Is it is from plasma. It's because plasma. It's because blood plasma. So our blood is look like a liquid in a colloidal form. Blood is medium for the substance transportation. Blood have some function. The first is who wanna answer? Okay, Rara. To carry oxygen throughout the body. Okay, that's right. Who else? Okay, Tata. Okay, to carry food, juice throughout the body. And then, that's right. Deliver hormone to regulate body function and performance. What else? Regulate the balance of pH and body temperature. Okay, last one. The blood function. Okay, to fight disease because it able to produce antibodies. Okay, that's right. Give applause. And next question. Type of blood vessels. Who is that? Okay, please, Andy, answer the number one. Sorry, answer number two. Okay, that's right, Andy. So a blood vessels has three three types: it arterial system, venous system, and capillaries. So arteries is a blood vessel that carry blood from the heart throughout the body, and the largest artery is called aorta. Second is vein or venous system. It blood vessel that bring blood back to the heart. The largest vein is called vena cava. And then capillaries are thin and porous blood vessel. It function for the diffusion of substance to be transported by blood. Arteries connect to capillaries are called arterioles, and veins connect to capillaries are called venules. So the next one is, what's the difference between artery, vein, and capillaries? This is the difference about the function is send blood from heart is an artery, and veins to send blood to heart, okay, and capillaries it is to material exchange with tissue. And about the pressure, in artery the pressure is high, and the veins is low, and the capillaries is also low, same as veins. About the lumen diameter is in artery is narrow, and in veins it wide. In capillaries extremely narrow, just one cell wide, because the capillaries is a small what is it? A small canal, and it's smaller than arteries and vein. About thickness of wall, the arteries is have thick wall, but the vein has thin wall, and capillaries is extremely thin, single cell thick. So it adapted with the function, I think, about the capillaries. It extremely thin because it has a function to material exchange with tissues, and the exchange need a thin medium. About layers, the arteries and vein, I think they are have uh, same layers. It consists of tunica adventitia, tunica media, and tunica intima. But the capillaries just have one wall layers, it tunica intima. About muscle, and next about muscle and elastic fibers, and in arteries it has large amount, and vein it has small amounts, but the capillaries there is no muscle and elastic fibers. About valves, uh, arteries ha have no valves, vein it has valve, and capillaries it not has not valve, I think. So the next question is blood vessel components. Who is wanna answer? Okay, I will choose you. Okay, Please, Elsa, answer it about blood vessel component. Okay, that's right. So, blood vessel, it has three components. It's smooth muscle, epithelial tissue, and connective tissue. And here, I wanna ask you something. How can blood from veins can return to heart? Can vein valve will push blood movement to heart? Okay, I will keep your answer. Who else? Okay, yes, Daniel. Endothelium tissue bring back the blood to heart. I will keep your answer and I will explain to you the mechanism of movement of blood from the vein to the heart again. And smooth muscle will contract, push, and then it push blood and bring it back to the heart. Blood from the vein can move because of the contraction of the smooth muscle in vein and because of the contraction of the skeletal muscle when they move. The valves in veins, in the last part, that the veins have the veins has valves. It has function to cause blood to move in one direction, not boy group. In one direction, it means in one way, and prevent blood from moving backwards like this. The blue one is the back of the blood, so the blood will will return to the heart. Okay, let's move on to the next question about part of heart. Who wanna answer? Okay. Okay, the first one, uh, please read your answer and we will match it with the PPT. The first one is Dana. Okay, and the number one is, okay, that's right, superior vena cava, carbon dioxide rich blood flows from the upper body to the right atrium. And the second is in, who else? Okay, Daniel again. Okay, inferior vena cava. In the, okay, carbon dioxide rich blood flows from the lower body to the right atrium. That's right. So it's same with my PowerPoint. Okay, the third is Tara. Okay, the number three is right pulmonary artery. Carbon dioxide rich blood flows from the right ventricle to the right lung. And then fourth is Nana. Okay, left pulmonary artery. Carbon dioxide rich blood flows from the right ventricle to the left lung. Okay, that's right. And the number five is, okay, who else? Okay, Lala. Right pulmonary vein. oxygen-rich blood flows from the right lung to the left atrium. Okay, okay, that's right. And then number 6 is Lana. Okay, left pulmonary vein, oxygen-rich blood flows from the left lung to the left atrium. Okay, that's right. And then the last one is Mia. Okay, the aorta. Number 7 is the aorta, right? Okay, that's right. It's the largest artery and carries oxygen rich blood from the left ventricle to the rest of the body. And okay, because we have learned about mechanism and structure, now we go to the last question. It's about disease. First, who wanna answer? What is hypertension? Okay, Nia, again. It's a condition uh, where blood pressure increase, systolic or diastolic. This is okay. I will explain. The systolic pressure is about 140 millimeter Hg, and diastolic is about 90 millimeter Hg. What factor cause hypertension? Wanna wanna answer? Okay, Dia. Yeah. Okay, the first is age, descendant. It cannot change because the people with family that have with family that has deep hypertension, uh, they have the opportunity. Uh, they maybe they will have hypertension too, because yeah, it's right, I think, because in my family there are many member of family that have hypertension, because yeah, it's just about descendant. And the factor that can change is lifestyle, but like salt consumption, it cause body hot liquid and increase blood pressure. And the second is cholesterol. Fat in blood can accumulate in vessel and make it narrow. And then stress can increase the blood pressure. uh, and I want to add something, that hypertension can cause other diseases like just like coronary heart and stroke. But how can we prevent it? Okay, Aya, that's right. By keep healthy lifestyle and do exercise, reduce food with many salt and fat. And then I will show you about a video. It's about hypertension.
Blood pressure is the force the circulating blood exerts on the walls of blood vessels. It is different in different types of vessels, but the term blood pressure, when not specified otherwise, refers to arterial pressure in the systemic circulation. When the heart contracts and pumps blood into the aorta during systole, the aortic pressure rises, and so does the systemic arterial pressure. The maximum pressure
So because of this blood vessels, the hypertension is sometimes there are no symptoms, so uh, many people call it as a killer silent killer, as a silent killer, because there are no symptoms, and they may, and mostly they not no they didn't know about their disease.
For this reason, hypertension is known as the silent killer. Hypertension can be classified as primary or secondary, with the former being responsible for over 90% of cases. Primary hypertension has no apparent cause and may develop as a result of old age, obesity, high salt diet, lack of exercise, smoking, and drinking. Most commonly, the blood vessels are hardened with age or unhealthy diets, making it harder for blood to flow. Secondary hypertension, on the other hand, is caused by an underlying condition. Many conditions and factors can cause hypertension. Most notable are kidney problems and endocrine disturbances. Regardless of the cause, the increase in blood pressure is produced by either an increase in vascular resistance, narrower or stiffer blood vessels, or an increase in cardiac output, larger volume of blood pumped out by the heart. These two factors are the targets of antihypertensive drugs. Treatments must start with lifestyle changes such as healthy, low-sodium diets, physical exercise, and stress management. On top of that, antihypertensive agents may be used to control hypertension. These include vasodilators.
So if we cannot prevent it, there are some medicine to heal, to try to heal the hypertension.
Drugs dilate blood vessels, thereby decreasing vascular resistance and reducing blood pressure. Diuretics. Diuretics promote sodium and water removal by the kidneys and thereby decrease blood volume. Drugs that decrease cardiac output by decreasing heart rate or contractility may also be used to treat hypertension.
Okay, maybe it's enough for the hypertension. And now you will have some post test. I hope that you guys uh, can answer, because I think all of you have participate in our discussion. Okay, okay. And I'm sure that you can answer it, because it's not really hard. Okay, if you participate in our discussion, I think you can answer it. So prepare your internet connection again. I will send the post test link to the group. You can answer it about 10 minutes. Okay, guys, time is up. Thank you for your participation in this class session. See you next week. And next week we will have a test. Yes, a test. It's chapter test. Okay, so please study well. I hope you are all of you study well, and we hope that the score is satisfied. Okay, thank you for your attention. Good morning, and see you next week.